In this video, I'm going to give my thoughts about Fortnite, a very popular game by Epic Games that's known for Battle Royale. While Fortnite has been known for that, even though Battle Royale is dying out, it's also known for other game modes as well, and also associated with fandoms and famous creators. So here are my thoughts. My name is Aaron or ajmarkle, and I'm a gamer, so I've given my thoughts so that way I could make YouTube a better place. So Fortnite basically has been very popular along the younger generation of kids and even past creators who basically used to use it as a front or they played it before. Heck, you can even have sponsorships at Epic Games if you get a big audience, like Dude Perf, for example. Now, to this day, Fortnite has also made business deals by adding several characters from horror games to even big-time fandoms like K-pop Demon Hunters. And to me, that's business, and if people like that stuff, they will play it. Now, even though it's rated T for teen online, kids under teen do play it, so if you know, you know. Now, my own experience is I played it before, and some people are very, very good at it. Sometimes I think, though, they might do hacking, but I don't have any evidence to back it up, which could be a problem if there is actual hacking. And some people are actually so good that it's very hard to hit them because they might blindside you, and I've had my experience with that. So yeah, there's also been a brief collab with Major League Baseball with Shohei Ohtani, which was definitely very interesting, if you can be honest. But to be honest, when it comes to other things, there is a lot of encouragement on microtransactions due to the fact that Fortnite is a free game. But everything else, like getting like stuff like V-Bucks, which is basically their currency, or even a deal where you have to pay monthly to join their club, that's not free. So that's something else I don't really like. So let's get to the pros. It's a fun game to me, but it also has a lot of young players on there that could probably be very toxic. And also other pros include that they also focus on today's fandoms, which on a business side, that's actually pretty good. And what's also cool is that as you play Fortnite, you get to understand some strategies and learn about the game. Although I still don't know how to do good building. Even though people do have good building, I've won a battle royale where I didn't have to build really much of anything. So there's that. And the other pros will also include the fact that there's a lot of options to choose from. There's a lot of game modes. I think that is something that games should look up. They need to look up to the fact that there's options. They need to look to the fact that there's multiple ways to basically have fun with a game and not just stick with one thing. There's also ways you can unlock things based off the time you invest into Fortnite. So I like the fact you can unlock things and like the fact you can have fun with it. Now, we'll get to the cons. I already said a little bit of them, so I'll say them. Con 1, a lot of microtransactions. There's a lot of microtransactions, especially when you buy the game items, excuse me, because when I clarify, because the game's free. And they encourage it quite a lot. So you could accidentally get tricked into going into a store setting or to get certain items or characters or even weapons. And other cons include the fact that there are some toxic people on there, but that's also the same with a lot of other big games. So to each his own. Other cons of the fact is that Epic Games does try to push it, but some people have given their complaints about it. And recent YouTube creators have pointed out that one particular game mode, which is Battle Royale, is dying. And I've actually recently tried to play Battle Royale off recording, and it took a while to load in, which was longer than usual, like maybe like 2 minutes, which some might say that's not a lot, but if you think about it, when I tried to play Battle Royale in the past, the longest might have been 30 to 45 seconds. So people are moving on from Fortnite. And the other thing is, though, Fortnite is just not the game that's popular because of the fandom. The fandom is definitely a very toxic thing in the Fortnite community, and I think people should know that. Now, as a creator, I have made a decision not to be quote unquote associated with a community because let's just say that if you get involved in the wrong type of community, you can get seriously burned out and it could backfire on you real quick. And that's not something I want to be a part of. Now, as life goes on, I have my fair share of basically gaming and everything. Now that I gave my pros and cons, I'll give my final thoughts. My final thought is when it comes to Fortnite, it depends on what you like. And I think it's really cool that you get to have all sorts of options to play the game itself. And there's also so many game modes to try out. And it's also really cool that you can basically have fun with something that's free. And as a guy who's on a very strict picky thing with Fortnite, as in I'm not buying anything, I think it's cool that you can have options just to play and have fun even without spending a penny. To this day though, Fortnite is a business gaming way of basically trying to grab an audience. Now in the end, there's a lot of games out there. Fortnite just happens to be one of the many games that's popular. It's actually one of the most popular games on the Xbox, which I do play. So in the end, to each his own. Now, what do I give my review? On a scale of 1 to 10? I'll have to be honest, I give it a 7 out of 10. The reason I give it a 7 out of 10 is the microtransactions and the pushing of it is definitely not a good look. It's also not a cool thing to just continually push it in people's faces. And it has gotten a lot of hate due to the culture of the fandom, which is understandable. And hopefully though, Epic Games could take notice of everything that's going on with Fortnite. So that's pretty much all I have to say in terms of my thoughts. But what about you? What are your thoughts on Fortnite? Because I want to hear people's thoughts. I like reading comments. I love hearing what people have to say and everything. And I also hope that together a community of people who've been involved in Fortnite could basically say, hey, this needs to be better. We can't just focus so much on one thing. People have complained about Fortnite for what they've done, but in reality, my thought is, if it works, don't break it. And if it works in a way that some people don't like it, maybe it's not for them. That's just business. Now, in the end, Fortnite is a decent game, but it really depends on the person. It really depends on the audience it's aiming for. And as a result, Fortnite will always have some mixed review in my mind, but it may be mostly positive view, mostly negative. So in the end, Fortnite is an interesting game, but hopefully you guys will have your thoughts and I would like to read them in the comments. So that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about this video and give your review on Fortnite if you want to. And I'll see you in the next video. God bless, you rock, don't forget it.